So what is in a voice-over booth? Well, this is one of my booths. It's a Cube silver booth, and it's just a small box that you sit in. It's very soundproof. In fact, they were doing roof work the other day and digging up the road. With the door closed, you just can't hear a thing. It's really excellent from that point of view. A little bit of rumble comes through, but as long as your microphone has got one of these things in, a nice quality cradle, those rubber bands dissipate any vibration. See, I'm touching it now. You can hear it, can't you? But through the rubber bands, no vibrations from the desk or anything like that. So we have the microphone, obviously, in a booth. We've got the cradle. We've got the pop filter or two, depending on how poppy the script is. And also inside here, and some people may disagree with me, I have quite a big screen. Now, there is an argument for saying that my voice waves go to the back, hit the screen and come back, and that causes nasty reflection. But I've done various tests in this particular booth. I am quite convinced that doesn't make any problem whatsoever. But if you think it is a problem, then just have a smaller screen. Well, I just happen to have a large one here. And I have two, actually. There's one above this one in case I want to do standy-up stuff. And that's about 40% of the time, usually for the hard sell type ones, or where you're acting and you've got to sort of move your head around more. So it gives you more flexibility standing up than when you're sat down. But very long scripts, I do want to sit down, please, I'm getting on now, So there we are. We've got two screens in here. We've got the keyboard that controls everything. And the main computer, of course, is not in the booth. That is absolute key. So I would say don't buy a booth and think you can just stick a laptop in there. If you've got a really ultra-quiet solid-state laptop with fans that don't come on, yes, you'll be able to get away with it. But I just happen to have a really big computer, and so it has to be outside because the fans are on all the time. So you run the cables through a tiny hole in the side of the booth, and that goes out to your computer. Now, the wires quite often aren't long enough with the equipment that you buy. For example, the box in the corner, which is a Focusrite here. So you need a USB extension cable. I also have down here a solid-state recorder, which records at the same time as the computer. One in case the computer glitches, or the software more like glitches, or in case I do some really shouty stuff and it peaks and overmodulates and distorts in the computer software. However, I know that I've set the levels on the backup system here on the solid-state recorder at about 10, 12 decibels below. So and it won't cause any noise or hiss or anything like that, but it just means that if I do any shouty stuff, I know it won't be distorted on that, unless I shout very loud. What else is in the booth? Well, we have a couple of speakers in here, which again is kind of unusual. It's just that sometimes, fairly rarely, I like to do a little bit of editing in here or just play back stuff. Or quite often the ad agency who are directing me over my headphones want to play me stuff. And, if it's a longer video, I don't want to listen to it on the headphones. They're horrible to wear for a long time anyway, so that's why I have the speakers up there. And down here is the actual amplifier, which I switch on and off. I don't turn it down, I switch it off completely, because I'm just fear that even though it's quite a good amplifier, it's going to cause interference when I record, or I may not turn it down completely, and then of course you're going to get feedback from the speakers through the microphones. And that's it, apart from lots of cushions and things, and a glass of water, which is on the side there, so you don't drop it on anything electronic down here. It's in a nice little holder on the side. That's what's in my voice booth. So what's in yours? Let us know in the comments.